to Thought Cops, the only podcast where every week we police the mean streets of the internet because, hey, somebody's got to do it. And then we let you be the judge, the jury, and the executioner in the court of public opinion. Coming to you live from Neo, Chicago, I am Officer Kevin.
And I'm Officer Grant.
How the heck are you doing, my friend?
Always terrible.
What's wrong?
I hate life. I hate it. It's bad.
Well, you know what?
Not a fan.
Let's just give a thank you. Let's move right along on that positive, happy note.
Right.
Let's thank our guest from last week, Martin Felshman. Thanks, Martin, for bringing a little bit of light of positivity into Grant's life.
I need it.
And we got a brand new guest to the Thought Cops family, to the Thought Cops crew, to the Thought Cops canon. Of course, I'm talking about Cripp Daddy, a.k.a. Young Cripp, a.k.a. Donavan Castillo. How the hell are ya?
Oh, hey, boys. How's it going?
Good to have you, my friend. What's going on?
Oh, man. You know, I was just thinking after hearing that, I also hate life. You're right. You're onto something there. I came into this really happy, but now I'm just sad.
Good God. Thanks a lot, Grant.
Welcome to Thought Cops.
Jesus.
The only podcast where every week you come into it happy and leave a little bit sad.
Hey, man, that's just a metaphor for life, really.
I know. That's why I hate it so much. It's
Don't forget to subscribe to us.
Yeah, subscribe.
Follow
all
for
platforms.
Follow for all the updates. Guess.
Yeah.
Or not.
Anyway,
Yeah,
Donavan, you're one of my favorite Twitter accounts. At Cripp Daddy on Twitter, is that right?
Yeah, and Cripp Daddy, Young Cripp, whatever. You find it, I'll be there.
You got a lot of great short videos, which you also post on your YouTube channel, Young Cripp TV.
Yes.
Do you want to talk about those a bit?
Yeah, so really it's just kind of an amalgamation of just whatever I feel like joking about that day, because I'm bored, and the best way to cope with depression and loneliness is laughing.
Yeah, tell me about it.
That's true.
So,
hey,
yeah.
We certainly try.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But you got a very signature style. Your videos are great. They always kind of got this like slow build up to a really funny punchline at the end. And I'm always like watching these things. They're going out for, several minutes. And I'm like, I can't wait to see what he hits me with at the end,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No, I love doing that.
Did you have any videos that kind of stuck out to you? Anything that blew up on Twitter more than you expected?
Oh, yeah. I think the one that really took off was the one that I was joking about how I feel sorry for able-bodied people because they end up feeling sorry for me because I'm in a wheelchair. But really, that's kind of a blessing because you guys have to worry about like maintaining this like body that's so fragile and like easily broken. You guys have to eat kale and work out. That sounds horrible. That's a god-awful existence. Me, it doesn't matter. I can, sleep until 5 p.m. and eat like 2-week-old pizza and be like, yeah, whatever. My body's shit anyways.
I mean, I can do that too, and
yeah,
I often do.
Hey, Grant's a bit of a party animal, isn't that right, Grant?
Christ.
I don't know what that was.
Fuck?
Fuck it, dude. Have a good time.
I think one of my favorite videos that you've done was after entertaining yourself. Are we? I think one of my favorite videos was I think your Twitter account got taken down for like 12 hours or something like that, and you came back and you did this video where you were like crying, and you ended the video like. You were just like, oh, I'm so sad and I'm so sorry, and I learned my lesson. And my lesson is something about like the only good Mexican is like a dead one or something like that.
Yeah, because I wasn't allowed to joke about race. I think this one in particular was Mexican because I came after because I look white. My skin apparently is what people would call white passing, and a lot of people took that and was like, hey man, you're a white dude, you can't make that joke. And when you meet them with logic and say, hey, but my dad's like a dirty fucking river, it's like he's from across the river and he's like can't speak English at all. That's my dad, but no, I can't Can't make those jokes.
Yeah, surprise! Guess what?
It was really funny, though, because I remember when your Twitter got taken down and you came back with this apology video, and like the first 5 seconds, I was like, is this a bit or like, you know?
Exactly. Yeah. You never know where they're going, but you're always in for a surprise at the end.
Yeah.
Highly recommend following Cripp Daddy on Twitter, Young Cripp TV on YouTube, and I think you have a Twitch channel, right?
I do. I'm going to be focusing my energy on that because you can't leave the house anymore, apparently, because some dude ate bat soup.
Oh, man.
And
that's the rumor they're saying.
Yeah, no, fucking, I'm not going to get into all that. But yep, I'm going to be streaming a bit more on that.
Yeah, what have you been using it so far? Anything you've been doing on Twitch that's exciting? You have to...
I'm still kind of getting the handle of things, but it's mainly just been a lot of, I'm going to sit and talk about whatever comes up in chat. And
cool.
It's been fun.
So it's less of a game streaming thing, just more of like a hangout?
Yeah. Okay. I do better with just vibing off of people instead of like, man, I got a epic game kill, dude.
Absolutely, yeah. I think not enough people use Twitch just to fucking vibe and chill, you know?
Yeah.
I know like Jack Allison, can we say friend of the show, Grant?
I suppose so, sure.
Let's just say it. Friend of the show, Jack Allison, he's got a great channel on Twitch too, where him and his wife hang out and do a morning show, and I think that not everything has to be top 20 Fortnite kills of the morning.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
And I think, recently, I think even actually before she was on our episode, you did like a stream with Witten, right?
Yes.
Oh,
I
no
did.
shit, really?
Yeah, no. That one was real fun. Wild. Good time.
Yeah, she's really funny.
Oh, she's fucking hilarious. I love her.
Hey, we got some show news of our own, Grant.
Oh, do we?
That's right.
What is it?
We got a new episode of our Patreon exclusive show, Fire Bros. It's out now.
Where can I find that?
You can find that at patreon.com/thoughtcops. Buddy, you uploaded the episode.
Wow, that sounds interesting. How much would I have to pay to download that?
$2.
Only $2?
And guess what?
What?
You get every episode released thus far.
All of them?
That's right.
For only $2?
That's right.
You gotta be shitting me.
I ain't.
Oh.
You gonna donate, Grant?
No.
Me neither.
It would just go back into my pocket and Patreon would take 10%. But that doesn't mean that a listener shouldn't.
Yeah, but that's a great chance for a listener. You know, for example, somebody who doesn't do the show, it'd be a great chance to kind of experience something that you weren't already there for.
Yeah.
Now, we were already there for it. We know how it went, but we want the world... You know, we got a lot of things to say. We reviewed the Sonic the Hedgehog movie.
Right.
We reviewed The Mandalorian. We reviewed the cartoon Primal, which not enough people have seen that. And, of course, Oscar-winning film Parasite.
Wow, sounds interesting.
Yeah, and guess what?
What?
It wasn't just us. It was our dear friends Nico and Josh.
Wow, that sounds great. Where can I find this again?
Oh, you already forgot?
Yeah, please repeat the name of the website.
Sure, it's patreon.com/thoughtcops.
Yeah.
Hey, Grant.
Yeah.
Who's on first?
I'm sorry?
I'm just messing around, folks. Let's get back to the show.
Jesus Christ.
Let's get on to a very favorite, very famous segment of the show. I'm, of course, obviously talking about 2 Minutes of Hate. This is that part of the show we like to talk about that stuff that gets underneath our skin. You're logging on. You're saying to yourself, ooh, the news these days, you know?
I don't actively speak to myself aloud, but I know what you're saying.
I do. And I go, oh, the news these days. I can't believe it.
This explains all the weird faces you get as you're riding the train
and
to here.
How did you hear about that?
A guy told me.
Okay. So Grant has informants on the train, but that being said, these are all the things that you see on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter. You know, who am I kidding? Does anybody really use Facebook? Donavan, do you use Facebook at all?
No, I don't. I'm not a middle-aged house mom. So.
Yeah, I mean, that's really all it is. And even some of them, I feel like, are leaving the platform. It's just such a clusterfuck. It's a mess, but that's not what I'm talking about today. I'm just mentioning it for those of us who haven't made the jump to...
This is the longest introduction to this segment I think you've ever done.
My 2 minutes of hate this week is this weekly post I see on Twitter. South Park has irreparably ruined society. Yada, 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 yada. Okay, I haven't watched South Park in, I don't know, several years.
Yeah.
Do I like it? It's pretty funny, sure. Do I think that it irreparably damaged society, corrupted our youth who are now adults into pretending to be Eric Cartman? Do I think that?
Do you? I don't know.
I'm asking myself. I've already established that I do talk to myself sometimes. And the answer is no, I don't necessarily think that, except there are some very dumb people out there who, they try to emulate the lifestyles of Cartman and Pickle Rick and John Wick and all these guys you're not supposed to be doing. So every week I feel like I see this post go viral on Twitter where it's this it's typically a TV writer of some kind, typically
the worst type of people.
Unless they want to hire me. Typically all right, hate to use the slur, but the C word. No, I'm not talking about cunt. I'm talking about
just go ahead and say it. Yeah.
I'm talking about checkmark. Yeah, I'll say it.
Yeah, checkmark.
You see this from a lot of check marks on Twitter.
I do CH asterisk ECKMARK so that people don't cancel me.
Well, of course, you don't want to have someone name search you and find that. But we're here on the audio waves. We're safe. This is the Wild West of online posting.
Right.
Because nobody can take this out of context. Just kidding. They will.
Yeah.
And I've given them a lot of reason to. So, yeah, my 2 minutes of hate this week is this repeated post I see every week on Twitter about South Park being, fucked society, basically. There's no coming back. Donavan, do you believe this is the case? Are you a South Park head?
I think we need to move on from people associating things with South Park, because an ongoing thing that I struggle to deal with my own career is being constantly compared to Jimmy and Timmy on a daily basis. Okay, I'm not joking. I made a TikTok account for the first time, my first, account there, and I posted a video maybe in less than 24 hours. That shit blew up, and it has over almost close to 2 million views now. And I'm not joking. At least 80% of the comments is nothing but being like, wow, this guy reminds me of Eric Cartman and Timmy and Jimmy. And I'm not offended. It's not that. It's just more annoying, because now I understand that, this is why we need more representation, because if I hear Jimmy and Timmy one more time, I'm going to fucking kill myself.
Yeah. And that's the thing, is it's just the unoriginality. I mean, for God's sakes, TikTok scares me.
Yeah. No, it's true. It's been a shit show. I've been arguing with people on TikTok, not out of anger, just out of boredom, because I can. I hear people say dumb shit, and majority of the time they're thinking this guy's not going to say anything back, but I do every time, and it's so funny because they never know what to do.
What's your reply of choice to these comments?
Oh man, I love making other people look stupid for trying so hard to be edgy. And that's my favorite thing. It's some people will be like, okay, why don't you stand up and say that to my face? I'll be like, I don't get it. What do you mean? What is that? What? And they'll be like, because you're crippled. I'm like, wait, what? I'm what? And you can't argue with that.
And that's a great defense, because it's they say a joke isn't funny if you have to explain it. Yeah. So if someone tries to joke on you and you make them explain it, you nullify it. It's not funny anymore.
Exactly.
Yeah, my favorite way of addressing people online, because I've been getting in the occasional Twitter spat. I've been engaging in political posting.
By this, you're replying to Pete Buttigieg do the dance.
Yeah, and he hasn't done the fucking dance yet, and I'm so pissed off. But I mean, every once in a while I'll make a joke post on something that's political, and I try not to get too fucking involved in it, because it's I don't want I do think that there's a place for sincerity in the world. I don't think that it's Twitter. I think Twitter's for, mimetic warfare, where you send people tweets of mean photos and you're just like, hey, fuck this guy. And like someone will respond back and be like, well, what do you think about this? And it's like you always just go with complete dismissiveness. You never like cave to their stupid word games and shit like that. You don't get in the conversation. You just post a picture of SpongeBob and you get on your way,
Yeah, nobody wants to make a real difference on Twitter. People just want to be the one that's right. You know, it's not finding common ground and moving forward to like better the future. It's just about fuck you bitch.
It's just bullying women. That's all it
and I love it. That's why I'm there.
There's nothing better than bullying a woman and being right while taking a shit.
No, oh my god, dude, that's my morning routine.
Wake up, check my phone, go to the toilet, check my phone on the toilet, bully some women.
Bernie 2020, folks.
Bernie 2020. Don't get the wrong idea here, people. But my punishment for this is if you act like Eric Cartman or Randy Marsh, or you emulate the lifestyles of these people. If you're one of these folks who doesn't know the difference between
real life and cartoon land.
And listen, I get it. I know there's a town in real life called South Park, Colorado.
I've visited there.
And are they made of paper and cardboard?
Actually, yeah, they are.
Do they swear at you?
No, they're just like pictures in a like literal ghost town. It's a tiny little, it's like a shrine to South Park. I don't think that there's an actual town of people that...
There's not a 4-foot tall piece of poo with a Christmas hat?
No, there's not.
Okay. Well, if you act like any of these characters, you get a lobotomy. Then we don't have to hear about it because society fixed.
I guess so, yeah.
Making a difference. Donavan, did you have 2 minutes of hate? Anything that you see on the internet that really bugs you?
Off the top of my head, no, but I do recall seeing a video from my friend Drew Gooden, who was talking about, I forget his name. You guys probably saw the video because it was going viral. He was the one that like poured Red Bull on like bread, and like he said it made it turn into like rubber, and you could like roll it up and shit, and everybody saw that, and it's clearly fake. It's very clearly fake. You can't just pour Red Bull on bread and then but so many people replied to that and being like, this is why I don't drink energy drinks. Look at that shit. And it's like, what the fuck do you mean? What do you want? It baffles my brain. And then it's shit like that. That's like, you know what? Fucking, we deserve this coronavirus, man.
Yeah.
Just clear out the herd. Fucking end it.
Oh, if it does it to bread, what do you think it's doing to your insides?
Exactly.
Shut the fuck up. Oh my God.
That's a good one, yeah. And actually, to be honest, I would love to eat a Red Bull loaf. Slice it up,
makes me angry.
Toast it. No, I know exactly what you mean because it's all these wannabe scientist types. It's like armchair scientist.
Yeah.
It's armchair Scientologist. Where they're like, they just do none of the research. Yeah. You show them one viral vid, and they get the wrong idea.
That's it, dude. That's all you need. Research? Fuck that.
Fuck it. Fuck homework.
No.
Peer reviews don't have any peers. Who's going to review it? No one.
So did you have a punishment for these folks? Anything you can think of?
Yeah. Go. Anybody who thinks that is what happens when you pour Red Bull on bread, take a trip to China and just have a good time. Just lick every telephone pole and suck on a doorknob and then have a good time.
And see what that does to your insides.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, there's people that are doing that right now as some form of like religious purity test.
What?
Yeah. It's people that are like, God will protect me if I lick this doorknob, and they're licking doorknobs, which is a thing you should never do.
Hey, I don't care what country you're in. Don't
lick a doorknob.
That. Yeah, no. See, God made it very clear for me at the very beginning, like, I'm in control, okay? So I just listened to whatever the fuck he's saying, because he took my legs right away. He said, no, don't test it.
The guy's crazy, man. Who knows what he's going to do next?
We need to cancel God.
About time.
That's what I'm saying.
What do you got for us, Grant?
Let me know if you guys relate to this at all. Sometimes I get really just flustered. I go online and, like you were saying, Kevin, you're on the toilet, you're checking your phone, and it turns out that someone in a local comedy scene is a real bad person and has done real bad things. Can you guys relate to that?
Yes.
Let's say you're starting off a podcast and let's say about 65 episodes in and you're I want to have this guy on. He seems like an interesting guy. I just rounded up to 65. It could be a different number, but let's just say 65. And you're just like, I don't like this guy. He keeps kind of name dropping people and he's kind of irritating. But, I'm a magnanimous person. I'm friendly, I think. Maybe not outwardly, but like once you get to know me, I'm welcoming.
You mean well.
I mean well. I don't come off as well, but I mean well, and I understand that some people have their own stuff going on. And then you hear other people that are like, I don't like this guy. And you're like, I thought it was just me. And then you hear accusations of possible crimes that are backed up by some pretty heavy evidence that have other people that are agreeing that also happened to them. And you're like, ooh, that sometimes that happens to me and it ruins my day.
This is hypothetical.
Completely hypothetical.
Okay.
I hate when that happens.
Yeah, it does suck.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm being subtweeted right now.
Not you.
You guys know something?
Well,
we know some things.
Oh yeah.
So what's your punishment then?
My punishment is delete episode 65 of Thought Cops. No, my punishment is
God, dude.
No, I'm kidding. My punishment is delete the Twitter account for the podcast that you do. No, that doesn't make sense. That already happened. Delete your own Twitter account.
That already happened too.
Shit. I don't know if I have a punishment.
Wow. Spin the wheel.
I'm going to spin this wheel here.
Donavan, we got this wheel here for special occasions when we can't think of anything appropriate or when the crime is too heinous.
Too heinous. I like that.
Minecraft.
Oh boy.
Careful now.
Got to put you in Minecraft and kill you if this is the case. That's pretty apt, I think.
Oh, God.
I mean, if you don't fight back against accusations, if you just take your Twitter account down and think that that's going to get people from stop talking, I don't know.
True.
Again, I don't know. This is just purely hypothetical. I would never say that.
Anyway, if you haven't listened to Thought Cops before, every week we investigate the internet's outrage-inducing news stories and then sentence each perpetrator to a cruel and often unusual punishment. We're talking about the coronavirus a little bit. Did you guys see this really weird interview on Fox News with this father and daughter?
I didn't, actually.
They were interviewed because they had the coronavirus, which... All right. If that's how you get on TV, I'll do it.
Anything to be famous.
I think as time goes forward, hopefully doctors and scientists will get a better handle on the whole situation. Fortunately, from what I understand, it is contagious, but the death rate is
this poor little
low.
girl.
So
she's drinking water.
Yeah, I understand the fear.
Yeah. Well, we can see you still have a cough. What do the doctors say about your own condition moving forward as we wrap this up?
Excuse me.
No, don't do that.
I got
and he shares
twice,
it.
Negative both times. The cough, probably just nerves.
Yeah,
being on TV.
Maybe it could be just nerves.
I hate it when I get nervous and I can't stop coughing.
Yeah,
you guys relate?
That's almost too comedic to be real. In my brain, that's so fucking funny.
Yeah, it almost seems like a bit, just the way it's paced and everything. Give me some of that. Maybe it is. I don't know. It could be like the moves like Bloomberg thing, which is been on Twitter again. Did you see that? Ted Cruz and Eric Trump.
It has a second shelf life. Yeah.
If this is what we have to go up against, what is wrong with society?
Yeah.
And it's filmed at UCB. Anyway. So yeah, this is a bit of a strange interview. Like I said, a father and daughter being interviewed for maybe they don't have the correct, because he says that they were tested negative.
Well, yeah, but then you have to question like the authenticity of everybody, because like, yeah, you have one half of the world that's like, no, everything's fine, everyone's blowing out of proportion, like, be cautious, it'll be fine though. And then the other half is like, literally don't go anywhere. Don't breathe if you can. Actually, if you can just set everything around you on fire, do that.
All the better.
Yeah. Like Australia, that's what happened. They were just quarantining
everything. Shoo! Get away!
It could be the koalas. Kill all the koalas.
Yeah. Exactly, see?
Either they're sick or they're nervous. I can't tell.
It was either the coronavirus or chlamydia. Either way, you had to get rid of them. That's my favorite little fact about koalas, is that they all have chlamydia.
And how are they getting it?
Australians.
Yeah. So yeah, again, could be real, could be fake.
Well, you know what I like to call Fox News is faux news, spelled F-A-U-X.
So if you're looking at the word, it looks similar, but if you say it, it doesn't sound anything like it.
Oh, like fake news. That's French for fake. Yeah. I get it. It's a funny little play on word that I invented myself back in 2003.
Wow.
Yeah, I was the first person.
It's impressive.
Yeah, back in middle school. So
anyway, let's punish them. Stay the hell off TV. Don't go coughing on the mics, you know?
Yeah, or else you go the way of the koala.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Chlamydia, of course.
Oh, you can't. I was talking about death, not chlamydia. There was a little girl in that video. You can't say that.
I don't know, maybe she was at a fucking Australian petting zoo.
Oh, no, you can't say that.
All right. Zwick.
I'm kidding.
I don't know.
I know what you... I'm trying to distort...
You're trying to distort the truth.
Yeah. Just like Fox News. Hashtag brave.
What do you want to talk about next year?
I want to talk more about Star Wars. Have you guys gotten sick of talking about Star Wars yet?
Jesus.
Yes.
No, I mean, yes and no at the same time.
Have you seen all of the most recent Star Wars movies, Donavan?
Unfortunately, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, it's because I know, like, Grant and I recently watched Mandalorian for the Patreon show, and definitely a different flavor from the new movies.
Yes.
I haven't seen I keep forgetting the name of the last one. Is it just called
The Rise of Skywalker?
Rise of Skywalker. Yeah, I didn't see that one. I haven't heard many good things about it.
Oh no.
Well, see, here's the thing. Like, people said Return of the Jedi was bad, but like that's my personal favorite of the original trilogy.
You like the Ewoks?
They're fun, sure.
Loser.
But is it blowing out of proportion? Like, is it not as bad as we say? I haven't seen it. I kind of don't want to spend the time and money because I've heard so many bad things. So,
man, don't.
So my personal takeaway, I'm somebody who I guess falls into both categories of like not caring at all, and also caring a lot about like film in general as like an art form.
Yeah,
because
for sure.
I really do like art, like in film in particular. But I also grew up with Star Wars, and I have a nostalgia for it. I watched all the way up until the new movie was coming out, but I didn't see, what was the second one in the new trilogy?
Last Jedi?
Last Jedi, yeah.
The Last Jedi. I waited to see that one until the new one was coming out. I watched The Last Jedi, and I remember the controversy around that one.
Yeah.
And I went into it kind of just like, I'm going to be open. And I left pretty actually happy.
I was
like,
too.
wow, that was pretty fucking good. I liked the tone and the way it went, and I enjoyed it. So when I went to go see the Rise of Skywalker, I went in a little hopeful. And I swear to God, I had never been more disappointed in like a Star Wars movie.
Man, that was
so bad.
It was so bad.
So
I went in, I saw the movie on edibles, and I did not enjoy it despite that. Like,
no.
It did.
No.
It did nothing to enhance the experience. It just made me feel like it was longer.
Yeah, I also was blazed out of my fucking mind. And the whole time I was like, oh my God, this is so bad. Why did they do that? But, The Mandalorian, that was good. I liked it.
Yes, it was good. I was going to say the whole controversy around this movie, though, is that for some reason they keep digging the hole deeper even after the movie's been out for a couple of months.
Yeah.
I guess that there's like a book that came out. I don't know because I don't care about like Star Wars books.
You know what? If it's not in the movie, fuck it.
Yeah.
No, I agree. That's just lazy storytelling.
Yeah. Make better movies. And yeah, so they're retconning a bunch of things that happened, or like they're J.K. Rowlinging a bunch of things that happened. Spoiler alert: Palpatine's gay. I have this from ScreenRant.com. The headline is Star Wars confirms Palpatine was a clone in Rise of Skywalker.
Cool, I guess.
Who cares?
That just like diminishes the impact of the entire movie and possibly the entire franchise.
Yeah.
Just a clone? Like there was a fucking movie called The Clone Wars.
Yeah.
Now there's just one?
Yeah, that's all you need. You just need the one, man.
I'm assuming that it's because it's like, well, he's the ultimate bad guy. He was the bad guy for all 3 movie trilogies.
Mm-hmm.
And this was finally like the ending. Spoiler alert, they kill Palpatine. No, they don't. They went to kill him. He could still be out there.
No.
Who cares? He's like in the original trilogy, I think he was a cool concept of like the mastermind that's pulling the strings and this evil guy that shoots force lightning out of his fingertips. And like, you think Darth Vader's the bad guy? Well, here's this fucking evil looking toad man that's like even eviler than him. And you're like, this is pretty cool. And then it's like, well, yeah, but in the prequels, we got to learn about how did he become the Emperor? And it's like, I don't care. And then in the sequels, they're like, yeah, but he's still alive. And it's like, I really don't care.
Yeah. It was a tired-ass concept that felt very lazy, just done to please, people that were not happy with The Last Jedi.
Exactly.
And it was very lazy.
It's like, oh, but he could still be out there. Who cares? He's not like an exciting villain. He's like textbook dark cloaked evil bad guy. Like, there's nothing interesting about him.
And it gets worse, too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So the next one, also from Screen Rant, Star Wars confirms Rey's father is a failed Palpatine clone.
Cool.
Which, the movie made the argument that she was, like, his granddaughter?
Yep.
But then now I guess she's
what do you mean made the argument? They just...
Well, but so they said that, oh, she's his granddaughter, but now it turns out she's just his daughter because she was the daughter of his clone.
What?
Jesus fucking Christ.
So it's so fucking convoluted. This shit means absolutely nothing.
Like,
man.
was this in the movie or the book?
No!
What the hell?
It's in the book. It has nothing to do with the fucking movie.
What book was this?
I have no idea.
Like a Star Wars coloring book or something?
Yeah.
And it was so dumb because then they do you guys remember the speech in The Last Jedi that fucking what's his name had with Rey?
Mm-hmm.
Where he was like, your parents? Nobody's. They were just fucking drug dealing merchants or some shit. Like, he was like, you think you're grand, you think you're special, but you're fucking not. And I was like, damn, that's actually kind of cool.
Yeah.
I like the idea of just like a nobody going into this and like there's no grand, prophecy. It's just some dirty fucking desert bitch, fighting this giant evil. And she's like, fuck it, I don't care. And then you come in with this third movie, it's like, no, a clone fucked, and that's your dad.
See, I didn't know clones could reproduce. Hey, how about that? Science. You learn something new every day.
I fucking love it.
If you can clone one evil Jedi, why wouldn't you just make a whole like army of them?
I think that's when in the Rise of Skywalker, where there's like all the other cloaked guys, were those just all cloned Palpatines?
That's a good question.
It's so fucking bad. Oh my God.
That sucks, man.
But there were cool parts of the movie. I won't deny that. Like, there were certain little highlights that were like, oh, that's kind of cool. That's neat. But, you know, you have to eat a lot of shit to get to that.
Yeah. Oh, there's cake in this shit. Cool. Well, one of those cool parts, I have a third headline here. This is from radiotimes.com. This is Rise of Skywalker novelization confirms Rey and Kylo kiss was not romantic. So they're not just retconning story parts, they're retconning like the characters' feelings.
What the fuck?
This is pathetic.
It wasn't romantic, it was pure sexual. It was just fucking raw sex.
Just like the weird damage control around all of this, like since The Last Jedi came out, like completely ruined any appreciation or hope I had for anything Star Wars. Like not preceding that, but anything after that.
Yeah.
Like aside from The Mandalorian, I mean, I'm just fuck it. Like this is stupid.
I agree.
And it's like on Twitter, nobody's happy about this.
No. Oh, God, no. I haven't seen one person that was like, you know what? Yeah, I like that. That makes sense.
Oh, this clears a lot up.
Thank you for that. I appreciate you doing this. Not a single fucking person.
Yeah. It's depressing. I'm depressed.
Again?
Sucks. Yeah.
I thought we were on a roll there. We got you up.
I was only happy because I was yelling about Star Wars.
We could still do that. You know, yell something else about it.
Well, let's sentence it and move on.
Grant, what if they make it episode 10? He's still out there.
I'm not gonna see it, man. I'm done. I'm like, honestly, when we were deciding to watch The Mandalorian, part of me was like, I really don't. I'm glad that I did watch it. Honestly, at this point, it's like the only Star Wars thing that I even care about anymore.
Agreed.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
like this sequel trilogy has ruined like even the old ones for me, because now it's like I can't go fucking back and think about some of these elements. Like they should have left it alone. They should have he should have never did his little edits where he puts Gungans in the fucking original trilogy. God. But like the prequels ruined the original, the sequel ruined the original. I can't think of the originals without thinking of like, oh well, that Palpatine's probably a clone. It's ruined it for me.
And it's like if you want to show it to somebody for the first time, it's like, yeah, we got to pirate the copy without like any of the weird CGI. I don't know. It sucks.
I mean, The Mandalorian's the only thing where it's just like, hey, you know, some stuff happened like over there. Well, this is like, I mean, it happened. We know that it happened, but we're just going to do a different story. And it's like, good. Thank God.
It
finally.
Expands on it in an interesting way. I think the only punishment here is everybody suffers. We just have a Star Wars Episode 10. It's not a trilogy. It's just one last movie.
Star Wars X.
Yeah, where he's still out there. Let's get in his ass.
Everybody teams up, including the characters that have already died.
Yeah. And they're not even ghosts either.
Yeah, they just come back to kill his ass.
Was it like that Harrison Ford interview where like, did you want to come back as a Force ghost? And he's like, the hell are you talking about?
God, his energy towards the entire like franchise is just what I live for.
Yeah,
like Harrison Ford just clearly doesn't give a fuck. He's just like, and I love that.
Yeah, I aspire
to that. Coming up to him, he doesn't care.
Yeah.
He just fuck you, dude.
Hey, you guys ever eat a bug before on accident? You ever just like open your mouth and like a bug flies in and you eat it?
Well, you know, there's a statistic that says you eat 100 spiders every night. Whatever the hell.
That's true. I do. Before I go to bed.
Yeah.
It's my dinner. So fucking dumb. Well, so scientists have been trying to get us to eat bugs for kind of a while now.
And it's kind of working. Just kidding. So scientists in Belgium are experimenting with insect fat to replace butter and pastries. Yum, yum. And I go to a picnic. I want to typically keep the ants away, not
eat the ants.
Not be eating them is what I'm getting at. So yeah, they're again what is this, Big Bug?
Big Bug, yeah.
Big Bug is Big Bug Corp is forcing their agenda down our throats and wanting us to eat the bugs because we're running. I guess we're running out of stuff.
We're running out of butter. We need more butter, so we need to eat insects, apparently. Donavan, have you seen this video where they're just like mushing insects into a big like tub of butter?
Yeah, I have, and I'm pretty sure that I'd rather just fucking shoot my face than eat any of that. I think this is just not for me. This isn't the way of the future for me. No.
This is a good. It's a good example of how serious like class warfare is, because they're always like, oh, we can't possibly afford to sustain such a high population. We need to eat insects. Every 6 months, there's a new way that scientists are trying to get us to eat insects. And rich people are just like, well, I don't care. I'm just going to buy a cow. I'm just going to raise cows. I don't care. I'm going to make milk and create dairy and eat steak. And you poor people, you poors, you can mush insects into butter, you fucking pieces of shit.
If you get a whole lot of them and mesh them down as hard as you can, it looks like butter.
Right. I mean, if we really were running that low on butter to where we're doing this, I think all you would need to do is fucking shoot Paula Deen, and like at least 70% of the world's butter is now like okay.
I'm surprised that that's not where 70% of the world's butter comes from, is just from Paula Deen.
Yeah.
They have like suction cups on her nipples and just, oh God.
Okay, I know that's fucked up. Can we please do that before the bugs?
Yeah.
Listen, I know the bugs is not great, but still.
Yeah, I'd take that over bugs.
They're experimenting with fat from fly larvae to replace butter used in baking goods such as cakes and waffles.
Ew, fucking gross.
Yeah.
Who is bored? What scientist was like, we gotta get something out there, right?
Just like a fly lands on his arm and he just like fucking, he's like, oh, this kind of looks like butter. Let me put this in my food.
It reminds me of that Mitch Hedberg bit where he's like, a blueberry is a lot like a fly, and a fly is a lot like what was it? A blueberry, something that he tricked his friend into eating a fly in his pancake.
Yeah,
like that's all it was.
And next year you can get a bug burger from Burger King,
and it gives you a vagina.
Exactly, it gives the whole Monty. Yeah.
And everyone's like, yeah, but it really does taste just like a regular burger. It really does.
Yeah.
Sure, now I have 6 sets of eyes, but it was anything to save the planet.
I'm just gonna take the bun off and let the flies hit my fucking burger. More bang for my buck.
Might as well at this point. Fuck it.
So let's think of a punishment here. I mean, this sounds like punishment enough. Eating bugs. Let's make a connection here. Okay. We got bug butter, and we got, remember Fear Factor, Joe Rogan?
Right.
Yeah.
They would eat bugs on that show?
Yeah.
Maybe Joe Rogan has a new protein supplement made of bugs. And if you have enough of it, you grow wings.
This probably already exists.
Yeah. It's called Red Bull. Gives you wings.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
So you can eat it in a loaf of bread.
Well, because he like, I don't know if he still does, but he used to huck supplements. He used to do Alpha Brain or whatever.
I assume he does. I have no idea. Let's just say for the sake of the joke, he does. And for the sake of the argument here, that maybe he's tried one of those bugs on that show before. I don't know.
Maybe.
So yeah, my life, a movie. The movie is a show called Fear Factor. Wow. Thanks for that, Grant.
Yeah, no, it was good. It was fun. I was envisioning the tweet.
And you're just like, yeah. I want to keep scrolling.
No, it worked on paper, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's one of those, one of those go homers. You think about it later on. It's much funnier. What do we got next?
Let's do one more. Fellas, you ever get hemorrhoids?
Oh, yeah. Once, yeah.
Oh, boy.
Is that funny to you?
Yeah, it's funny. What do you do? What do you do to cure your hemorrhoids?
Sit in a hot bath. Pray.
Sacrifice a goat.
Goats had it coming, I gotta say.
For years.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, apparently people have been sticking potatoes up their asses. And
so read this headline here from Vice.
Sorry, sticking a potato up your butt won't cure your hemorrhoids.
That's funny.
So this is a thing now. This is a thing that people are doing. enough to the point where doctors had to tell people to stop doing it.
Why?
No.
Every 3 months on this show, there's a new thing where people are shoving something up their ass, and doctors are like, "Don't do that."
I think one of the last ones was like, don't drink bleach. Didn't we talk about drinking bleach?
I don't think they weren't. Fuck, I don't think they were drinking bleach.
They were using it to cure autism or something?
No,
these are things. I'm not making this up. These are things that people do.
That was a separate thing I'm thinking of. There was one where people were like shoving something in their ass and like pulling their pants down when the sun was out.
Anal tanning or
yes,
perennial tanning.
Yes. To
get more vitamin D.
Sounds like something I made up, but it's not.
Fucked up, man.
Yeah.
I hate doing this show. I love doing it, but this is punishment enough.
Doctors would like to remind you, there is no medical evidence that putting frozen potatoes in your anus can help cure hemorrhoids. So they got to be frozen too. That's crazy.
It feels like somebody was behind on a deadline, right? And they needed to get a story out, and their friend was like, "Dude, I got it. Write about how people are putting potatoes in their asses." And they're like, "But is that really happening?" No, but you can convince people. Like, you could do it.
Is it really happening? I don't know. Sure.
And then you call,
fucking why not?
Call up your doctor. "Hey, could I speak to Dr. Josh?" "Yeah. Hey, just want to ask you a question. Should I put a frozen potato up my ass to cure a hemorrhoid?" And he's like, "No."
There's your headline.
All right, that's all I need. Thanks.
Just need the quote. Thanks.
And then he sends it into his publisher, and he's just like, "Wow, is that a real thing?" "Yeah, dude, fucking
sure."
Right? It's weird.
So it says, insert the frozen potato slice into your anus and leave it inside for 30 seconds. Repeat the process for 3 to 5 days, one site quoted by the outlet says. The next 3 to 5 days, leave the slice inside for 30 seconds more each time.
Is this how McDonald's French fries are made?
Yeah, actually. You gotta have a little bit of olive oil in there, but
I want bug oil.
I mean, it's not far off.
That's going to be the future one day, is we're going to make French fries inside the asses of rich people using bug oil.
French fries and shit flies.
God, I hate it so much.
Yeah, this is some galaxy brain shit.
Do you think this is like a Goop thing? Is this related to Goop?
It seems Goop adjacent.
Doing this?
So, Donovan, are you familiar with Goop?
I mean, enough to know what you're talking about, but not like any finer details.
It's basically
Gwyneth Paltrow's brand where she sticks eggs in her vagina and then has vagina scented candles. It's all just about Gwyneth Paltrow's giant vagina. That's the entire company. She decided to form an LLC around her giant fucking vagina. How it smells, the texture, what it looks like, what it tastes like. Find out. Turn on Netflix and watch the Goop documentary. It's all about her vagina.
To be bored and rich. Must be nice.
I'm kind of into it.
I mean, you fucking capitalize on that pussy.
I mean, if Gwyneth Paltrow was like, "Hey, do you want to walk into my vagina?" I'd be like, "Yeah."
And you just walk right in.
Yeah, walk right in.
Hello.
You're like, "Wow, what a pleasant smell."
That's our new candle.
Am I getting a hint of lilac? Is that?
She's like, "That's right."
Nice.
Her voice is coming through the walls as you're walking around inside of her vagina.
She's got like a PA system set up.
And if you look to your left, it's like an exhibit.
It's vibration therapy, man.
The scar that you see along the wall there came from my first black lover.
And if you've reached the potato slice, you've gone too far. Please turn around and exit out the entrance. Thank you.
Here's something towards the bottom that's a thread warning women not to attempt to treat yeast infections by putting garlic cloves in their vaginas. So yeah, I mean it's Goop adjacent.
God, just the world is such a fucking dumb place.
You know, this is oh man, not to fucking proselytize politics, but like we need Medicare for all, and we need it fast because people are like,
No.
"Oh, I've got real bad hemorrhoids. What do I do?" And someone's like, "I don't know. Shove a potato up your ass.
Yeah.
I don't. What do you have? Do you have autism? Drink bleach. Like these are things that are reasonable."
Nobody should be forced to work 60 hours a week and shove a potato up their ass.
There's people that are putting garlic cloves up their pussies because they have yeast infections, and I will tell you, this wouldn't happen if we had Medicare for all.
I can promise you here and now, if you vote me for president, everybody will get a frozen potato.
Potato for you, a potato for you. So let's punish
Mr. Potato Head.
Mr. Potato Head, yeah.
Mr. Potato Ass.
It's like, you just, that'd be fun. You could put the fucking pieces in your asshole, make it talk.
Yeah.
It's got the voice of Don Knotts.
That's a fun, I'm down for it. I think that's a fun punishment.
Toy Story 5.
No, that's a children's movie.
Not this one.
They're taking a different direction.
Yeah.
Finally. I've been getting bored with those.
I got a Buzz and Woody for you.
It's good.
Thanks, man.
Tim Allen's going to be great in this one.
Let's move right along to something nice, something positive we saw this week. That's right, Thought Cop's key to the city. We like to shine a light on something nice we saw, give a key to the city of Neo Chicago to something good. This week, my key to the city goes to none other than the city of Chicago, who has their own Twitter account now.
Wow.
How exciting.
It's pretty exciting.
Jesus.
So you can follow the city of Chicago on Twitter. I don't, but you can if you want to. I follow Chai Party Ant. That's good enough for me.
Yeah, that's basically... They should have just made that the official Chicago one.
They talk to each other on Twitter, though.
Yeah.
Isn't that fun?
What's the Chicago's Twitter handle?
I think it's just at Chicago. Is it?
Just at Chicago.
@_ Chicago
Just
because
search-
someone took at Chicago already.
Search for it's at Real Chicago.
God damn
Not
it.
the fake one. Don't get it confused.
Yeah.
Donavan, anything cool, nice, swell
Positive.
that you saw on the internet this week or in general? Anything your friends doing? Anything you want to... Just something nice.
Something nice. Wow, that puts things into perspective, right?
It's hard to
Man,
think
is
of.
there anything nice?
It's the sad part.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. I like to think that there is a lot of nice things in the world that we tend to not focus on. Like, focus more on, the things that bring you joy. That's what I would recommend. Take a little bit whenever you're feeling angry. Just do something nice for yourself.
Yes.
It seems very simple, but it's good. Like the other night, I did mushrooms and I just, fucking vibed with some music and had a nice little journey.
There you go. Key to the city goes to mushrooms.
Yeah. Just do some mushrooms and find yourself. That's all you need.
Any Monday evening, make it happen. Log off Twitter, do some mushrooms, and for God's sakes, don't read the news for an hour.
I think if there was a holiday where that's just all anybody did, I think we'd come back into Tuesday morning and we'd all be a little bit nicer to each other.
Oh, we absolutely would.
If on Monday, what was this past Monday, the 2nd?
Yep.
If Monday the 2nd was National Stay Home, Do Mushrooms, Listen to Some Music, and Chill Out Day, we'd all come back to work on Tuesday and we'd all just be like, "Hey man, I'm sorry." And the other guy'd be like, "I'm sorry too, bro." And then all the problems wouldn't go away, but they'd be a lot less.
Exactly.
We should just change President's Day to Mushrooms Day.
Yeah, because that's the thing. You're not going to fix the world. It's always going to be somewhat fucked up.
Yeah.
So you just have to kind of take the good when it's there and enjoy it as much as you can.
Yeah.
Make your own good.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, brother.
Fuck yeah, dude. Fucking that's why I do drugs. Hell yeah.
My key to the city this week, if you remember, a couple weeks ago, we talked about a story where this guy really wanted a free toothbrush from Target.
Oh, God.
And he didn't get his free toothbrush or his 1-cent toothbrush. He got a load of shit dropped on his doorstep. Not metaphorically, of course, but the woman, the manager at Target that had to deal with this shit. If you remember, there was like the picture of her, and she had like this sullen look on her face, like another one of these fucking people.
Yeah, what was her name again?
Target Tori.
That's right.
So someone did take Target Tori, and she's at real Target Tori. But they raised like $30,000 for her to go on vacation. And she went to Hawaii, and she's taken a bunch of selfies of her in Hawaii, and she's hot. So that's my key to the city. I got a big key to the city for Target Tori.
Jesus.
She's taking selfies.
She looks so happy in that picture.
Yeah, the one with she enlarged her mouth.
Yeah.
And she says, people are making jokes about she's using the toothbrush.
Oh, haha.
Yeah,
that's great. You know, that's a good key to the city.
She looks like she's enjoying her vacation, right?
Yeah,
and I'm enjoying her vacation. Does this make me a simp? Am I a simp?
Yes,
because I think that a woman is attractive. Fellas, is it gay to think that a woman's attractive?
Yeah, bro. And this week's Thought Cop's word of the week is sundowning.
Sundowning is apparently when you're old and you have Alzheimer's, and as it gets later in the day, you just forget words like, I don't know, the former president's name, your boss. And you're just like, Mr. the president, him. You forget that. Sometimes when you're sundowning, you switch your wife and your sister. Mm-hmm. You know,
or you see,
been there.
You might, for example, you might refer to me as vote for the other Grant.
Yeah, I might say that. Yeah,
vote for the other. Don't like me. Give me a look. Vote for the other Biden.
Yeah, sometimes. So that's sundowning, so that everyone knows.
Scary stuff. Anyway, before we get to our last segment of the show, voicemails, Donavan, plug it all, man. Where can we find you?
Oh boy! So you can find me on Twitter, where I am most active, at Real Young Cripp, and it's spelt like a SoundCloud rapper, so YUNG P Cripp. I'll be streaming over at my Twitch channel at Young Cripp. I have a YouTube, Young Cripp TV, and if you find your local drug den, I'm probably hanging out there. Maybe you can at least contact somebody that knows me, and if you want to talk, you can get me through there.
I know you're also getting onto some stand-up.
Yeah. Before China ruined that for me, I am still practicing my stand-up comedy. I'm still doing that,
and you'll be here. I mean, it'll be I guess before this episode comes out. But I know you said you're performing at North Bar.
I was. Recently had to cancel that.
Okay. God damn.
Doctor was like, hey man, I know you're really looking forward to that, but like, just for real, on some real shit, dude, don't.
Damn, we were looking forward to coming. That sucks.
That's but you know what? Anybody that still is in the area and feels safe, definitely go check out the show, because Aaron and Gino are going to be out there. And they're fucking hilarious. Show nothing but support for those guys. They deserve it. They're fucking great.
Cool, man. Well, yeah, if it ever works out, just definitely let us know, because we'll
hit us up. We'll get some people to show up.
Yeah, I know, because you're not too far from us. You're out in Neo Rockford, which isn't too far from Neo Chicago.
Yeah, not too far.
Cool. Well, let's hit those voicemails. If you want to leave your own, give us a call. 312-788-7361. Or you can send us an audio file at thoughtcopspodcast@gmail.com. Let's hit it.
Hey, Moid Cop.
What?
You know what is the biggest fucking L in the universe? Being a woman. I hate it so much. Your metabolism is shit. Unlike men, they can just be like, oh, I lost 20 pounds, just not having sugar.
Leave me alone.
Soda doesn't do shit for women. And then,
why do I have to be the target of this?
You get pregnant or you get your period, and that shit sucks too. And you age worse than men.
Not all men.
And you're physically weaker, and it just sucks. I'm so mad. Like, why? Why can't I just have a great metabolism? Why do I have to go to the gym to be healthy? This sucks. I want off this fucking ride.
Okay. All right.
This is exactly what Donavan was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
This is the curse.
See, that's what I was saying.
Doesn't that sound awful, Donavan?
That's what you guys have to do with them. That's what I've been trying to preach this whole time. Is like, you guys are fucked.
I'm not, though. I'm not a woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently. I don't know. What personally, my take from that is stop complaining. You're being more of a woman complaining about being a woman than you are anything else. So, like, you're being the ultimate stereotype.
It's part of the problem. Well, if she stopped complaining, though, we'd stop getting voicemails.
Yeah.
That's true. You know what? So I guess continue complaining. Don't do anything except that your body's going to be broken at some point in time. You know, it doesn't matter. You can work out your entire life and you can get hit by a car, you know, like the very next day. So, like, just do you, and don't pretend that, like, just because you're getting older, you're not going to find one guy or a girl out there that would want to fuck you, because let me tell you, there are some desperate people out there and that will fuck anything. So don't worry. You're fine.
Yeah, keep that in mind, Nico. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, no, I mean, that's, especially if you're a woman, you know, like, there are some positives. I was talking to someone at work. A female at work said something along the lines of, like, hey, did you know that Pornhub pays you like a couple $1,000s per every 100,000 views? And I'm like, what are you going to do, porn now or whatever? And we were just talking. She's not going to do porn, but I said something along the lines of, like, yeah, there's Twitch channels of just women sleeping and they make thousands of dollars just, like, fucking laying in bed and doing a live stream of them sleeping. Like, you can just do that. Like, if you're a woman, you can just do a Twitch channel, show a little bit of cleavage, and have a bigger internet following than I'll ever have, you know? And this is what I want to do, is I want to have an internet following. And I don't have cleavage.
We got to do this.
What?
Thought Cops.
We have to work on our personality.
Yeah, have a personality. God, it fucking sucks.
We have to make conversation. I don't want to make conversation. I want to go to sleep and put a camera on me and have weirdos from over the internet jerk off as I collect thousands of dollars for doing absolutely nothing.
That's the American dream.
That is the American way.
That's the American wet dream, baby.
Nobody should have to sleep on cam for 60 hours a week. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for listening. Donavan, thanks a ton for coming on the show, man.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Thank you for having me, boys.
Absolutely.
Anytime.
And again, leave us a voicemail, because we only had one this week. Come on, guys.
Yeah, what's going on?
Last week we had too many. This week we only had one.
We had too many, because everyone left them in twos.
Yes, so let's not have that again. Anyway, 312-788-7361 or thoughtcopspodcast@gmail.com. If you want to support the show, get some bonus content, patreon.com/thoughtcops. We got a live chat for every episode. We'll hang out, answer your questions with the guests. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.